Faith. This word has just a few letters, but so much importance. Faith dictates one's decision to take action or not. During all our life, we are seeking faith whether consciously or not. We strive to have faith in success, faith in security, faith in reciprocity, faith in tomorrow, faith in God, faith in ourselves. We are looking for all that one way or another. The only difference is how we approach it. One will find their faith only after a thorough analysis of the situation. Another will require only intuition. The third will ask an expert's opinion. The methods might be different, but the end goal is the same: to load information into your nervous system that will help take the next step on the way from the beginning to the goal. It's not about whether the search methods are correct or not. After all, if it allows you to get the ball rolling and take a step towards the expected results, then that method works. Yes, the method itself may turn out to be completely inappropriate for the situation, but that's not what we are talking about here, and we're going to leave it for others to think about. Every day we apply the methods of finding faith to different situations. You could ask a fitness trainer for a set of exercises for your legs and shoulders. You could intuitively feel that your friend is in trouble just by talking to them. You could write down your income and expenses for this month to save money for vacation. There are a great many such examples. But what if all of a sudden you start asking yourself high-minded questions taken right from the forefront of the philosophy of self-determination and self-knowledge? For example, who am I in this world? Am I living right? Am I ready to run a business? What if I quit my job? Am I in control of my reality? You must admit that looking for answers to something like that can cause the most serious self-absorption, especially because we live in a time when any service can be provided for a price. I'm talking about coaching sessions, business meetings, masterclasses, and anything equally colorful and pompous where, according to the organizers, they answer fundamental and at the same time objectless questions. Let me clarify, we are not talking about focused courses that allow you to improve, say, your skills in Java programming, wrestling, or cross-stitching. In those cases, everything is extremely clear. I'm going to talk about courses that tackle everything and nothing. I will show you two vivid examples of information business with colorful covers. I'm sure most of you are aware of those. Let's call the first type the spiritual mentor. To begin with, I'm going to make my voice sound mellow and measured. The title is supposed to reflect the complexity and appeal of the topic, and at the same time it will demonstrate my competence. Let's call it 7 Steps to a Conscious Life. At our meeting, my speech will be stuffed with fundamental concepts. I will speak to you about lofty matters of life itself. I will explain that in fact everything in the world is connected and every person is a part of the cosmic system. You will take a look at the photograph of the universe and compare it to a human brain cell. Then I will talk about the energy around us that penetrates everything. Ask you to close your eyes, imagine your goal, take a mental picture and remember it. After that, I'll ask if you want to live the life that you imagined, that you deserve. Right after, I'm going to suggest that you attend 7 more meetings where you can, well, you get the idea. Another type is a young businessman. At the very beginning, I'll show you some compelling statistics for my businesses. Then I will talk about the net profit of my enterprises in order to solidify my authority. In the next block, I'll share some stories. Oh, those stories of victories and failures filled with self-reflection and wisdom. Stories that no one can verify. Stories after which you will fall totally in love with me. To empathize my humane side, I'll bring up memories of buying my first car and how 2 of my friends and I were renting a 1-room apartment 20 minutes away from the end of the subway line and how I worked at a factory or in a mine. Throughout the meeting, I'll show by my examples that it is possible to transition from your current state to mine and become successful, young, and famous. One has only to want, and of course, attend our sessions, and it would be even better to buy our franchise right away. Yes, I agree the examples are slightly exaggerated, and in reality you will encounter more mixed types. what can we say for certain? That these guys are top-notch professional salespeople. There is no doubt about it. They create a vibe that makes an attendant of their masterclass believe that their dreams are about to come true, that the image of their future self will soon become a tangible reality. One has only to attend another coaching session with an extremely catchy but very vague topic. And it works. These businesses make a lot of money. They are doing great. Let's go back to consumers. Regulars of such meetings are the ones with the following envision of self-development. I am here now. Profit? What do they need to do to reach their expectations? What is the first step? They don't know, or they think they don't know. They do not believe in themselves, do not suspect that the answers were in them initially. Uncertainty makes it difficult to conquer their fears and take the first step. And here is the key point. What are the customers really paying for? They pay for temporary faith backed up by an impressive fee. After all, something so expensive cannot be useless, right? They pay for a sense of achieving their goals. Self-deception lies in the fact that while being in the coach's mentally overflowing cauldron, their perception sort of finds a way of filling the gap in the scheme of I, gap, profit. But often after jumping out of the cauldron and getting back into everyday reality, one has to face the same old problems. And for lack of strength, will, and awareness, the victim prefers to get another dose of the coaching drug and jumps back into the cauldron. For the last time, of course, believing that after this try, everything will be fine. And here I'm going to declare that a man is the blacksmith of his own destiny. Each blacksmith should master his own tools, and if you're going to forge a sword, you first need to go through an introduction to the anvil, then learn how to deal with a hammer and study the melting of metals. These topics are different, the steps are different, but they build an image of your future self. And a real blacksmith will not even listen to stories about how to become a successful craftsman. And if that blacksmith does not sweat it out in the forge, then another master will simply make him a part of his workshop. So, my dear viewer, forge your own tools, make mistakes, get beaten, feel dumb, lose, conquer some ground to reflect upon and ponder the next step. Choose where to apply your tools. If you decide to attend a course, you should have a very clear idea of what it will give you. It shouldn't be abstract and pretentious, but rather concrete and clear. If you aren't satisfied with it, run away. If it meets your expectations fully, don't repeat it. You probably won't need it again. In short, have some faith, and if you don't, pretend that you do. There's no difference anyway. What place do coaching sessions take in your life? Post it in the comments, and I'm bonyright.